This offense is so deep, it's teetering on the edge of a safety. Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. That's caught. It's Anderson. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
He's showing you his skills on that last throw. This guy's got arm talent and accuracy, man, and some of it's not coachable. And I think back to Jamarcus Russell and Joe Burrow, two former Tiger quarterbacks that were the first overall pick in the NFL draft. They had some of that too. They just had a feel for the position that you simply couldn't coach at the college level. This guy, man, he's got some serious tools, and he really helps make this offense dangerous.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback get going the other direction.
From the gun, the ground game. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Wants to fire on second down. Makes the grab. It's Durham. There he goes! Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
And that's a good lesson for quarterbacks out there. When you're throwing to your running backs, if you get it to them early and they've got some space around them, they can do damage. And that's exactly what happened there. These guys are trained to be great once they have the ball in their hands. He makes people miss. He shows you the speed, and it's a big chunk play.
Purdy on the Jets. And he's brought down after a nice game. If they're going to keep covering him like that, they're just going to keep going to him.
Yeah, and it's so hard because you want to stay back and take away the weapons outside to the wide receivers, but when this guy's going to be able to catch the football and he makes plays like this, now I'm going to have to maybe go play more man, bring a guy to him, and not let him get those open touches.
Takes the handoff. It's Durham. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball is coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. From the gun, running back on the move. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The 7th play of this opening drive will be a 3rd and long. D showing blitz. They might be bluffing. Drop play, quarterback keeps it. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with it.
This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. The give. It's a seam wide open. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Man, they have got a weapon in this offense right there at running back. This dude is tremendous. And you think about Franco Harris, you think about Kajana Carter, Curtis Enos, Saquon Barkley, time and time again, Penn State running backs wearing defenses down. This guy is a problem, and this defense better find a way to slow him down.
Back to pass, it's Allard. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Singleton. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. You can hand it to him. You can throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? Finding ways to get him the ball because he can make plays, whether it's running or receiving out of the backfield. They're going to continue to highlight this guy.
On the direct snap, it's Allen. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge third down coming. He'll set up to throw. With the catch, it's Singleton. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. And the Nittany Lions will punt it away on fourth down. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. Buys a little time with his feet. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble, but couldn't create anything there.
Well, this guy shot out of the cannon. 2 catches on the opening drive, and finally going back to him again. This time, they don't hook up, but he's a guy that needs to touch the football often, and I think this offense has to keep trying to find ways to get him involved.
Wants to go up top. Skips away from pressure. Trying to make magic with his feet. And this one will be stopped. No gain.
He was trying to push it downfield. He was looking for a receiver, trying to make a play. Could tell the pressure started to get to him a little bit. Nowhere to go with the football, and just fights back to the line of scrimmage.
The Tigers need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on third down.
That's the end of the third quarter. LSU 3, Penn State 0.
Trying to pick up a first down. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. To the air. It's Nussmeier. Unloads to the wideout. Snagged in the middle. It's Anderson. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Touchdown, Tigers! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands, right to him, and say, all right, dude, you got jets, you can fly, catch the slant, make some people miss, outrun some angles, and get all the way to the end zone.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Singleton. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. He'll pull it down and run. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the snap, it's Singleton. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge third down coming up. Back to pass, it's Aller. He'll throw it. Got a man, It's Ross. It'll be a first down as he gets it to the 24-yard line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that's why he is an all-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that round.
The Nittany Lions need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on third down. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Right down the middle. Got him downfield. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. They knew they could slip that tight end behind the backers with that play-action fake.
Well, it's because I can't win, Reese. I have to play the run. You know, all these RPOs, all these different things, it makes me come up and use my eyes and play run, and these tight ends are so valuable.
He's loose. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
The Nittany Lions had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Big-time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
This drive was clicking along, but now it's 2nd and 14. Back to throw, it's Allard. Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play.
Well, they're trying to run the football there. Just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Whistle blows, we are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Wide receiver comes in motion. They give him the rock again on 2nd and goal. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
Ready to try the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Nussmeier. Pocket breaking down. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, he'll throw it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Green. And they get him down. And he was able to break one tackle, Jesse, and almost got away from another.
And this is secondary. This defense, they better pack a lunch. When this guy has the football, you've got to get bodies to him, and you better wrap up those legs and hold on tight. This dude's hard to tackle.
That last completion still leaving them with a third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds a tight end. Turning it on. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking.
I give the tight end a lot of credit for holding on to the football. I know he's a big guy, but he just got whacked.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to throw on 1st down. They've got the screen set up. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you can tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man. It's Durham. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Oh, the defense moved in there too quickly. You think it's never going to work until it does, and that'll be a 1st down. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. To the air on 1st down. Quarterback just flat, missed it, incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. Picked off. A rare misread and mistake from this quarterback. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
How about the big fella? I know this is not in his job description to pick off passes, but the eye-hand coordination, able to get his big paws up there, stabs it out of air, and it was like he was almost surprised he had the football. Just start rumbling and stumbling once he had possession.
They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Gets the back moving. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Working that wide receiver screen. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They'll immediately call timeout.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
So now it's 2nd and long. Quarterback making adjustments. They'll move the tight end. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Got a man. It's Singleton. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge 3rd down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. Throws to the wideout. Caught over the middle, it's Anderson. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And they decide to trot out the kicker. And after finishing off one drive with a field goal, they'll try it again, this time a 47-yard try. And he missed it. No good. Guys, a missed opportunity there. The lead is still 3. So that's going to do it here in the first half. Stay tuned for the halftime break. LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Martin. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. 90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. Determined run, but he stopped after 2 yards down at the 13.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
They've got them then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Third down play from the gun. Got it in the middle. It's Hudson. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. What a nice job to get through your progressions and find your man open on the drag.
And you can't do that without good protection up front by the offensive line, giving you a little bit of time. And you're right, the QB had time, saw the matchups, finally saw that drag come open, completes the strike, gets the first down.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
Here comes the heat. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game.
Slips one guy, and now he's loose. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. The Nittany Lions are marching down the field. The give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know we only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
He slings it deep to the left. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, you're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
Punt is on its way. Takes it on the return. And they'll get downfield and make the tackle right at the 16-yard line. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. Here's the pressure. Got his man downfield. It's a running room. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
42 Spider. 4-2. Looking to fire. The throw to the outside is complete. He gets it down to the 36 before being knocked out of bounds.
And man coverage, when they get up in your face and they make things hard, you want to be able to attack the whole field and get them lean in one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out route connection, nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
And the Tigers really need to keep this drive alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Durham. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
Tight end now in motion. Defense wants to bring the heat. From the shotgun, the inside give.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Puts it out on the screen. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming.
Perfect timing. Got there right when the ball got there. Didn't get there a little bit early. Saving the touchdown. Nice timing by that defender.
Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
Grab behind the line. It's Berry. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9 where it'll be first and goal. The Tigers started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. He's looking to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And this offense shows right away on first down. They're willing to pass down here. Does this soften them up a little bit for the run here on second down and goal?
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
Unsuccessful second down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success on third down?
Trying to get it done with the run here on third and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skill players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Give to the running back. Maybe picked up a couple as he gets it to the 14.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
They go back to work in the final period of this one. Sends it back in motion. Scanning the field, it's Aller. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the boot, looking for his man. Throws to the tight end. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. That's caught. It's Allen. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a 1st down.
And his offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football game.
See, they need more runs like that. It's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off of blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receivers got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the 1st down.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Oh, he wants it all. Grabs it inside the 15. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Quick completion to the right. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Handoff to the low back. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
You just need more from your offensive line. 2nd and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up 3rd down, and this offensive line's going to have to play a lot better here.
Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. Snap to the back. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
Yeah, and this offense, listen, we're in warp speed, right? We got to score a bunch of points here. We're down. We're trailing. We got to go fast, but we also got to get 1st downs. And that's a nice job sneaking in the run, getting the 1st down, and now we crank the tempo back up.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Direct snap. It's Smith. Grab behind the line. It's Martin. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! A great catch and run for 6. Well, we wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
And momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part of college football, isn't it? And you can just feel that right now. It just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some wind. They've got some hope. Their defense now needs to get the football back to keep that momentum going.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Thomas. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out in the end zone and you're stopped at the 8. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. Look at it this way. The field position is awful, but opportunity to pile up a lot of stats because there are a lot of yards in front of them. They want that clock to run. Knocked down after a pickup of 3 to the 12.
Well, the offense has the lead, and we call this 4-minute offense. This is a situation that teams around the country practice having the lead late in the game and needing to ice it by running the football and throwing high-percentage passes.
They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. The play-action fake. Pressure coming. The sure hands, it's Sharp. Tackle is made at the 22, but a nice 10-yard pickup there.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Oh, he's got some space. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27.
No doubt the offense at this point of the game with the lead late, they're going to try and run the football, and they're going to try and bleed the clock. They need all ball carriers to stay in bounds to keep this clock ticking, just like that guy did there.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing, you need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
To the air, it's Nussmeier. That's caught, it's Brown. Still running at the 40. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. The give from the gun. Just ran over it. Not a lot of movement on that one. The defense in position. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Ball's at the 24, a lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. On the run, it's Berry. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. They're in makeable field goal range. They could tie the game, but instead they'll go for it on 4th down. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
Timeout, LSU.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. That pushes the lead to 6 at 20-14. First order of business here, don't give up a big return, then the defense just has to keep them out of the end zone. Coming out with it, it's Martin. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. To throw, it's Aller. Scrambling away. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
And obviously that wasn't a great play for this offense, but the defense did their job. They flushed him outside the pocket. But nothing worse than getting tackling in bounds or throwing it for a 4-yard gain, letting that clock tick. Nice job throwing it away, saving as much time as you can.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Looking up top, and time is of the essence. Picked off. What a play to set him up. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
Well, they're running 4 verticals down the field, and the quarterback just hoping one of those matchups can win. But you got to give the defense credit. They were ready for it on the back end, and that is a massive interception late in this game with the score so close.
Huge interception. The 2-minute drill a lot of times decides the football game. And this defense, man, you could tell they were ready for 4 verts. They played deep. They read the quarterback's eyes. They break on the football, and they probably end this football game.
Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires toward the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown, and that might do it.
Well, they get the touchdown when they needed it most. That score now makes it a 2-possession game. And guys, with just seconds to go on the game clock, this thing is all but over.
Trying play action. Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2 as they extend the lead. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. He'll bring it out. It's Martin. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. To the air, it's Aller. Fires to the right. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
The offense has got to find something here in the 4th quarter. You can tell, pressing a little bit. They need that big play. They want that big play to try to make this game a better ball game. Took the shot. Unsuccessful, but I wouldn't be surprised if they take some more of those.
Right on target this time. Timeout is called with just a single second left.
Timeout, LSU.
And after this play, the cake will be baked. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Oh, they're after him. And they got him. Didn't have much of a chance on that one, and a fitting way to put a capper on this game. Guys, I think we all expected this game to be close. A couple of teams of this caliber, but boy, what a statement by the underdog in this one.
And there's going to be a big movement in the rankings after that performance. That team that got the win today, they are going to get moved ahead of their opponent. It's one thing to beat a ranked opponent, David. It's one thing to blow the doors off of them. That was impressive.
It's impressive. It's huge for them. Obviously, we know what's going to happen when they're going to move up the charts, but the other side is equally as depressing. I mean, they're going to fall like a rock. This wasn't even a competitive game. This is a bad day, and the rankings will reflect it when they come out.
That will... Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. Fielded in the end zone. It's Randall. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Ball's on the 16, and they need 6 on second down. Looking to pass. It's Klubnik. Makes the grab. It's Williams. They'll stop him at the 22 after a 5-yard pickup.
And listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
On the move, it's Randall. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with second and short.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass. Looking down the middle. He's got an open man. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain.
You know, that's a great job by the receiver on that curl route. There's a lot of receivers that finish the route and they just stop. And that allows the DB to close the gap and then knock the ball away. Nice job by that receiver, continuing to come back to his QB.
This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. He leaves it with his back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Bringing the heat. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
Here's a heat. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf.
The hardest thing to do in football is to play on the road. So you want to get those fans as quiet as possible. That is a great opening possession for this defense. Not giving up any big plays and forcing the fourth down.
Hauls it in, looking for space. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground.
LSU offense will take over. First and 10.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. They'll run it from the gun. And it's sucked out. And the defense jumps on him. They get the turnover.
And man, you know this guy dreamed of starting this game off right and running the football and positive and being the guy throughout the day, not coughing it up on the first carry. Going to have some resilience because he's going to get more turds, and he's got to make sure he's ready for it.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. Takes the easy throw in the flat. Wide open spaces. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to throw on 3rd. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
3rd and short in college football today. You see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll start this drive going to the air. And the sack all the way back at the 5. If you plan to deal with the Tigers, you better be able to handle their defensive front. They have a whole legacy of this dating back to the fridge, William Perry.
Big old legacy, and it seems like every year they rotate so many guys that are so highly recruited, so good. Just great players. They're always big and strong and fast and physical, and they get after your quarterback.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Pulls it in. It's Anderson. Knocked down for the tackle.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense. Under fire. They get to him as he throws. He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Give to the back. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
Really nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block. This guy can do it all.
That's reeled in. It's Anderson. There he goes. Oh, a lot of space. The 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Tigers.
And these offenses, man, they've been struggling, and you've been waiting. Who's going to make the big play? They finally break through. They make the big explosive play, and maybe this is what they needed to get this offense rolling.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game.
That makes the score LSU 7, Clemson 0.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Randall. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. Quickly to the tight end. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Good route on the cutback, and he makes the catch. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. And the Tigers come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They'll give it to him again. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there's been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
Now from inside the red zone. Steps away. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
And it's just a bad decision by the quarterback. I get that he's outside the pocket and the play's breaking down, but you can't force it into your top receiver. If he's not open, you got to throw it away, and the defense took advantage with the interception.
Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. To the air, it's Nussmeier. Fires to the big fella. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
Tackle is made at the 37. Give it up for first down. That's the end of the first half. With the score, LSU 7, Clemson.
Clemson will kick this deep to get the second half underway. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the third. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll go to work in the air on second down. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, LSU.